Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in. And the first move of the 2021 offseason quarterback carousel has happened as the Rams and Lions have completed a trade with Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff swapping teams. But before I get into my deep thoughts on this trade, make sure you guys leave a like on this video. And if you are new to the channel and you love football content, this is the place to be. So click that subscribe button and also click that notification bell so you will not miss a single video. But let's get into who won this trade. Without further ado, let's dive into it.
I'm striving to get rich. That's why I almost went 2 years without buying shoes and fits. Things change now. My mom hearing me with my music and she look a little proud.
The trade between the Lions and the Rams goes as follows, as Detroit sends quarterback Matthew Stafford to the Los Angeles Rams in exchange for 2 future first-round picks, a third-round pick, and quarterback Jared Goff. And the first team I want to talk about in this trade is the Rams. The Rams have basically put all their chips into a win-now basket. With this trade, the Rams leave themselves without a first-round pick into the 2024 draft. So they have to win now. They put themselves into a win-now mode with this trade. Now, albeit, I don't think Jared Goff was the quarterback that was going to get this Los Angeles Rams team over the hump. I don't think Jared Goff is that bad of a quarterback, but I just don't think he was the guy to get this Los Angeles Rams football team over the hump, especially with their #1 ranked defense led by Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, and an offense that has been vastly improved throughout Sean McVay's tenure as a coach. And this trade, to me, has Sean McVay written all over it, because at the end of the day, both Goff and McVay were having some tensions between each other. McVay was even going with John Warford at the starting quarterback position over Goff, even though Goff was active to play in that playoff game against the Seattle Seahawks. And if it wasn't for the injury that Warford suffered, I still think that Sean McVay would have went with Warford anyway. So it just really looked like Sean McVay was done with Jared Goff. Sean McVay was ready to move on. He was ready to get a new quarterback in the fold. Now, like I said, Jared Goff wasn't the guy I felt to get the Rams over the hump anyway. But it's going to be very, very interesting to see what differences that Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford have on this Rams offense. Albeit Matthew Stafford is the better quarterback of the two, but Matthew Stafford is at his age 32 season. I feel the Rams have to win a Super Bowl within the next year or two for this trade to really pan out. Now, in Matthew Stafford's case, I'm really happy that he's out of Detroit. He's away from that franchise. That franchise can just never seem to get things right. Despite Matthew Stafford's talents at the quarterback position, throughout the course of his tenure with the Lions, he's never really been possessed with a really strong running game. And the Rams possess that with Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson at the running back position. They do have a strong offensive line led by Andrew Whitworth. It's going to be seen if he's going to come back for another season or not. I think the Rams are in a win-now situation with this trade. And if it does not work, I really feel that this trade for the Rams has the potential to backfire, because as we stand right now, the LA Rams are in a really big salary cap mess. So if the Rams do not win a Super Bowl in a year or two, with Matthew Stafford having 3 years left on his contract and their salary cap being not so great in their favor, I really feel that this has the potential to backfire, because they're giving up a lot of picks for guys like Matthew Stafford, and also trading up to get Jared Goff in that 2016 draft, and not to mention the trade to get Jalen Ramsey out of Jacksonville. So the Rams at this point have positioned themselves to where they have to win now, or the dominoes may start to fall if they are not able to not just appear in another Super Bowl, but the Rams have to win the Super Bowl in order for this trade to be a win for them. Now, I do think Matthew Stafford is going to be a big improvement at the quarterback position over Jared Goff. I think they have to give another wide receiver in there. Even though Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp are really good receivers, I just don't think the Rams really have that #1 go-to wide receiver. I'm not saying that it will backfire on them. I don't think it would be just their detriment, but I do think getting a #1 wide receiver in there, a consistent go-to guy, can really help Matthew Stafford and his offense really succeed with that #1 ranked defense on the other side of the football. Even though I feel the Rams could win this trade now if they win a Super Bowl, the winners of this trade down the line, I feel will be the Lions. The Lions are clearly in a rebuild mode right now. With trading Stafford, they get Stafford into a different situation, but they also get themselves into a rebuild, getting away from Stafford and getting a young quarterback in Jared Goff. Albeit, I personally don't feel Jared Goff is the guy, but if he does develop and he plays well, even if the Lions do decide to go the route of drafting a quarterback somewhere down the line, even if they do it this year, they can have Jared Goff as their bridge quarterback, and if he plays well, he can have some good trade value whenever the guy that they draft is going to be ready to play. The Lions, as we stand now, they have a lot of holes to fix. They have so much to improve, but getting those 2 first-round picks from the Los Angeles Rams to get away from Stafford, I feel it's going to be a big win down the line, especially if the Rams do not, 1, make it to a Super Bowl, and even 2, win a Super Bowl. Those picks may be in the late 20s, but you can still find real value in the draft at those later picks. The Lions have a high pick now because they weren't so good this season, so that gives them 2 first-round picks this year where they can, 1, probably draft that quarterback to develop and still get some guys to improve that roster. So I feel down the line, if the Rams do not win a title, I think the Lions will be coming out winners of this draft because they have so much they can do with the quarterback position, especially if Goff improves and they still draft one. Goff can bring in more assets because of his value will be skyrocketed because he's playing so well. Even though that contract is a high price, a team will be willing to pay a good price to get Jared Goff, says he plays well. And even if he doesn't play well, you still have that guy in the fold to develop. So the winner of this trade down the line is the Lions, even though I feel the Rams win right now. But if the Rams don't win the Super Bowl within, I think, the next 2 seasons, the Lions come out big winners of this trade because they were able to get draft capital with those 2 first-round picks and then also a 3rd. And they were able to get off of Matthew Stafford and switch their team direction towards rebuild. Instead of trying to get pieces in there to win now, you can really start to build this football team towards the future. Even though you're not going to win right away, you have draft capital, you have assets, you're away from Matthew Stafford, who was looking to be in a position to win right now. You can fully transition your football team to a rebuild, which I feel they needed to go in the first place with a lot of the bad moves that was made as far as hiring Matt Patricia, which did not really work. So at the end of the day, the Rams could win this trade now, but if they don't win a Super Bowl down the line, the Lions will become the big winners of this trade because they have Goff as their bridge quarterback, or even if he improves, his trade value goes up. And then you still have more capital and more assets to improve your roster down the line with more cap room. So at the end of the day, I still think both teams do come out of this trade very successful. But if the Rams don't win a Super Bowl, I think down the line, this could have the potential to hurt them going forward. And the Lions win this trade now because they have that quarterback that could be a bridge, or even if he plays well and they draft one, they can get some draft capital back and some assets back for him. So both teams can come out winners of this draft, but it still remains to be seen what happens down the line. That is all I have for you guys today. Be sure to leave this video a like, comment your thoughts down below on this trade. And if you have gotten to this point and you are not subscribed, go ahead, click that subscribe button, and also click that notification bell so you will not miss a single video. But I am APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe, have a great and excellent day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.